Hello, hello. How are y'all doing today? Having this wonderful Sunday so far. Sorry I'm starting a bit later. I didn't start cooking till like 45 minutes before stream. So I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to make it in time. And I don't know, I've never been one of those people who likes to like eat and talk at the same time, you know what I mean? Unless it's like a eating it with friends or something, then it's acceptable. But I don't know, man. I don't know. First week of college is done, second starts tomorrow. Hell yeah, how's that going so far already? Are you liking college? I know for me it was an adjustment. But yeah, no, good. Helping second years film a promo. That actually sounds pretty fun. Awesome. A little background on me. I actually, in college, I was an RA. And for those that don't know what that means, it is where I was in charge of like a hallway and helped people. Like I was essentially like the people came to me for help kind of deal, right? At 6 on stream on time and wait 1.5 hours. Oh no, Puffball. The one time that you're just like, I'm ready, and I'm like, I'm gonna be late. Halfway through the bag. Sure. Throw it up in Discord, I guess. But no, yeah, I was an RA. So because I was an RA, I actually came to college campuses early. Yeah, George, you know exactly it. I was the one where, you know, unfortunately I did do the whole like, oh, we're gonna all meet each other and introduce ourselves in the hallway. Yeah. Kinda, yeah. Kinda. More or less just like, if anyone on my hall had any issues whatsoever, I was there to help. Like, and that was it. And then I would have to go on rounds every 2 weeks or so. Like, it depends how many RAs there are in the building, and like you rotate, but we would walk around the building at set hours, at set times to determine and determine whether or not that like everybody was good. And I had a couple of interesting stories regarding that. I remember, let's check out what are you eating, X-Star? Roasted peanuts? Okay. Roasted peanuts are really good. Okay. That's pretty solid. Hello, Puffball Cats. Hello. Hey, Charlie. So, I remember we'll do the one where I actually walked in on a couple. We were going on rounds and we walked into just the general living area. Like, the essentially like with the couch and the TV, and there's like a little pool table and stuff there, and we would walk in and they were just on the couch, like middle of undressing, and we were just like my immediate reaction was like, oh sorry, and I closed the door, and then it like kind of clicked, like they shouldn't be doing that. And I was with the person, their RA. So we usually do it in pairs because, you know, it's safer. And sometimes college students can get a little uppity, especially when drinking is involved. And so the other one, my partner was their RA, and they informed me. They were like, hey, I know who they were. Their roommate is gone. They didn't have to be in there. It's not like that was like a thing where they're just like, oh no, my roommate's here, let's go somewhere and fool around. No, their room was empty. They could have just done it there, but for whatever reason, they wanted to do it in the common room on a couch that everyone was sitting on. And I'm like, well, I mean, some people are into that. So we definitely like waited a few seconds and then opened the door again. And they were, of course, you know, embarrassed and very much not fooling around anymore because it's a bit of a mood killer. And we were just like, go to your room. like, go to your room. Bro, it's college. Like, I'm not supporting that kind of thing, but also, of all the stupid shit people do in college, when the bar is black tar heroin, like you just learn to, like, some of the things is like, hey, just don't do this anymore. Versus when it's alcohol poisoning and black tar heroin that you're training for, or like suicidal tendencies and what to look out for, like, then, you know, fooling around in the common area is not that bad. But I remember this was a story from another RA where they caught their hallway trying to move a couch from a common area into their room. They were stealing a couch. And it wasn't even on their floor. It was on a different floor. They were moving a couch from a common area to a different floor. Yeah. And he caught them. He was like, what the fuck y'all doing? Freshmen, bro, freshmen are wild. All right. That's all I got to say. I'm glad I never got a freshman hallway. The whole couch. And they were just like, we can't take this couch. And he's like, no, you can't take the fucking couch from the common area. What are you talking about? And they made him put it back. He made them put it back because of course they did. Oh my God. And you also learn that there's just a general, so as somebody who is an RA for both men and women, I will say the stereotype for men having like more disgusting rooms for the general populace is pretty accurate. But women are it's really dirty in different ways than men. So what I've learned, granted, this is a vast generalization, right? So if y'all don't fall into this group, it's fine. Congratulations. But for men, it's food usually. Like, they'll just leave out food in like cups and just dirty shit. Like, so the issues with men is more like food and then pests. So like insects, like roaches. Like, that's more of a men thing. And then for women, it's the bathroom. It's the bathroom has all the hair and blood and makeup and like leftover residue from all the different like products and shit, and they just don't clean after themselves that way. And it's a whole different level. I don't know if y'all ever seen whatever kind of monstrosity comes out of drain sinks when it comes to hair and like skin oil and all that, just masses go in there, and you try to clean that out. Listen, that shit is disgusting. Humans are gross. Exactly. Humans are gross. It's not a gender thing. It's just there's differences. But I also had like a threefer where there's like a bigger room but 3 people live together. Well, all men, and it was absolutely fine. Didn't stink. Oh, also BO for men too. It didn't stink. It was perfectly clean. They perfectly handled themselves. It was great. Yeah. And then for women, it's like, oh man, I will say the bar is so much higher for girls' rooms, as far as just you walk in and there's like scented sticks, so it smells amazing when you walk in there. So it's like, for the men top bar is like, it's clean and it's nice, but for women it's like an extra bump of just like, oh, it smells wonderful in here, and there's like perfect everything. But yeah, I'm trying to think of another one. Oh, there was one time where I had a heart attack. Not an actual heart attack, but a mini heart attack. And it was during my, I want to say, first year as an RA? I was an RA for 3 years, mostly because I had it paid for my room and board, so it was like $9,000 a year cheaper, or a semester cheaper. Is it a year or a semester? I honestly don't remember at this point, but it was a lot cheaper and I was able to afford college because that I was working both an RA and a desk aide. And a desk aide is essentially just like, scan your card, please. Like that guy. I was that guy. And that's how I was able to afford college. Character creator, make a dodo. Do it. So we were going rounds, and it was the Thanksgiving break. So we, as RAs, had to go into everyone's rooms and make sure that like no one left candles on in their rooms. Like we make sure that like no one's gonna be in this room for a week. Let's make sure that this doesn't burn down the building, right? And I walked into this one room, and I saw a floating human silhouette, and I was so terrified. Not because it was a ghost. I thought someone hung themselves in the room. And I was like, oh my God! And I turned on the light. It was Nicolas Cage. A full cutout of Nicolas Cage on a chair in the corner of the room. I had a talk. I had a talk with that person, being like, for the love of God. They laughed at me. When I told them what happened, they laughed at me. They were just like, you thought what? Or like, no, don't give me that. All right? Don't give me that. What else am I supposed to think with a human silhouette floating in the air? Damn it. Oh my gosh, that scared the shit out of me. Oh gosh. Let's see, what else? Oh, my first year. I think this was my first like real interaction with a hallway person. So to put in perspective, I was in charge of a sophomore and above hallway, being a sophomore RA. So I was already kind of nervous that like I'm at like the same age as these guys, but would they really listen to me? And I was inexperienced, so I wasn't oozing with confidence, right? And a little bit of a side thing, which is important to know for this story, my college gave away free condoms. And I mean, it's college. You put weird cutouts everywhere. I mean, it made sense. Yeah, they gave out free condoms. These were not good condoms, by the way. These were cheap ass condoms, but still, like it was to make sure that people practice safe sex. They know that people were going to have sex. It's college. Please have be safe with it, which, you know, is a very good lesson. If you're going to have sex, please wrap it up, right? Yeah, at least they were free. So they gave me, no joke, a paper bag full of these condoms, right? Drink some water. And then one day I got a knock on my door, and they were like, hey, do you have condoms? And I'm like, yeah. And then he said, how many? And I'm like, ooh, okay. Damn, this guy might need a lot. All right, listen, you know what? That's impressive. That's impressive. Being like, hey, can I give me all that you got kind of situation. And he had like the way he was asking, it wasn't like the usual kind of thing where it's just like, if you go to your RA for condoms, it's a very embarrassing kind of thing. People are not very confident in the fact of just like, yeah, I need these condoms to have sex. It's very just like, I'm just gonna grab it. Because what I ended up doing later on is I left them out in front of my door so they don't have to ask for it. And then they started actually taking those because it's less embarrassing, right? But anyway, he wasn't coming off of like, oh, I'm really embarrassed. It's, I'm excited. In which, of course, I'm like, all right, cool. And then, but the way he asked, I was like, why do you want to know how much I have? And he said, well, my roommate's about to lose their virginity. And I'm like, okay. And he said, so I'm going to decorate our door with condoms. congratulating him on losing his virginity. If I didn't shut that door and grab that bag of condoms and threw it at that man immediately, I was just like, oh, I like, give me a picture, let me see, and let me know his reaction. Oh my gosh. Balloons would have been so funny too. Oh, I wonder if he did. Yeah, no, it was so funny. And he decorated it really well. It said, congratulations on losing your V card, all on the door. And I think he used like a quarter of the bag. So he used like 20, 30-ish condoms for it. It was funny. But yeah, that was my first interaction with someone on my hallway at that year. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to be okay. It kind of reassured me, like, these are good kids. These are solid. These are good people. And I didn't really have any issues. I am very lucky I was an RA during my 3 years that I didn't have like not a lot of issues at all. And I'm just trying to, I think the most I had was like roommate. I'm very good mediator. So different RAs have different like skill sets, and you can ask other RAs for help that have different skill sets. And for me, it was making programs. So it was like making stuff for people to do. and then also mediation. So I made sure, did I ever go to a college party? I was never one of those guys. I never really went to a college party. I think I did go to a college party occasionally, but it was one of those things where my partner at the time kind of made me go. But they didn't really know, they never really was able to like figure out that shit was really awkward for me. It was kind of one of those things where I was brought over to a party. I didn't know anyone there except for the person who brought me. So I didn't really talk to anybody. And then I was made to feel bad because I was a wallflower. And then it just kind of like self-fulfilled. Just like, well, then I don't really want to go. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And especially as an RA, because I was an RA, like my school was really very like stringent as far as just the look of being inappropriate. Like, you are a role model at all times. And so if I ever got caught with anything, including being at a party where there was people underage drinking pretty much like any kind of problematic way, like I would lose my job and I would have to pay my the school the full amount, which I couldn't afford. So I literally couldn't afford to fuck around. So I didn't. And I as far as like drugs, no, not really. I haven't even tried like marijuana or anything. Not even Adderall. I wasn't like straight edge in the sense of like, oh, get that shit away from me. It was more like I just didn't really have the inclination, you know. I just didn't have the desire to like try it out, and I wasn't willing to risk my college career of being able to afford college with trying it. So I was just fine. Now, if you want to talk about something that I did participate in college that I shouldn't have participated in college, it was League of Legends. I should not have been playing League of Legends in college. That, never once, chat. Don't do League of Legends. That was my drug in college. Never was. Especially when you main Katarina. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a bad time. And to put this as a timestamp for y'all, this was Season 2 League. God, it was bad. Oh, man. Did you play RDR2? Is that Red Dead Redemption 2? I have not. I have not played Red Dead Redemption 2. It's been... I've always been meaning to play it, but I never really did. You know? It wasn't one of those things that, what else? I was probably playing Destiny too much. Listen, I'm one of those people that I hyperfixate on certain games and then I only play that game. And Destiny consumed a lot. I know, bro. I know. Should I add it to my list of games that is recommended for y'all for me to play? Games that I should have played before now but haven't. I mean, I'll add it. I'll add it right now. Let's see. Let's see here. Streamer Hub. And we're gonna go ahead and go to games to play and add Red Dead Redemption 2. Payday. Honestly, Payday seems fun as well. I'll also add Payday to the list. Have you seen the Anti-Woke Games Steam group? Oh no. No, I haven't. How bad is it? How bad is it? Is it like a Steam group? Like what it? How do I look up Steam groups? I didn't even know that was a thing. Anti-woke Steam group? What the fuck is that? Hold on, we gotta look this up. Hold on. Anti-woke Steam group. Woke and censored games alert. We notify you about games that have woke and or censored content. Hold on. Hold on. I'm still trying to find this damn list. Okay, I found an article talking about it. No. I want to see the list. You have to play with some friends because they're way more funnier. Yeah, Payday is one of those things that you need to be with 100. Games categorized woke, kind of woke, or non-woke. Informational. I see. Hold on. I think this might be it. Let's see here. Boop. Hell yeah. Let's go, Q boy. We just need 2 more. All right. Caravan has political flags. Okay. Uses body type instead of genders. They forced modern diversity in the race of hobbits. Forced a girl boss character into the game in order to push agendas. See the article below. A strategy game made for modern audiences so you can play as a non-binary leader. Oh my gosh. What the fuck is this? You can pick pronouns for your character no matter if your character looks masculine or feminine. Plus you could choose they, them. Not recommended. Bro, what is wrong with these people? Don't play the game. You can choose a pronoun. Oh my gosh. They fired English dubbers and canceled English dub altogether after those dubbers refused to work because the game has fan services. A Pokemon game, but you could do sexy stuff with the trainers. They recommend. Okay. Bro, what the fuck is this? What is this? Oh my gosh, they replaced the Chad protagonist from the previous games with his cringy daughters just to push girl bosses at our faces. What is this? You can play as non-binary character in one of the Call of Duty games. Hell yeah. Mike, it doesn't, like, just, it's okay. It's okay that they have it. It's all right. Hold on. The woke mob tried to review bomb this game because the dead refuses to add a same-sex relationships. The main purpose of the family system is to create a legacy through children. This has to be bait. This has to be bait. This has to be. There's no way this is something that's actually real. That people really think this way. Oh my god. Oh, this is why you eat your vegetables, chat. This is why you make me eat spinach. So I become anti-woke. For real though, this is maidenless behavior. Tell me that you've never talked to a woman before without telling me you haven't never talked to a woman before. Alright, fine. Fine. actually ate pretty good today. I am the one who mentioned it. But yeah, no, I ate pretty good. I had roasted green beans, chicken thighs. Ooh, thank you for the bits, pirate. Muchas gracias, senor or senorita. I don't know your pronouns. I don't know how to do it in Spanish. I had a squats redeem. It's actually not bad. You know, if you save up your channel points, cute boy, you could have that as a recommended thing. It's true. I was considering getting a walking treadmill, like under the desk. George for the lore drop. Okay. Let's see. What would be a good lore drop for y'all? Let's see. As far as past stuff, I mentioned that Idealist was a teacher before the war. This is a good one. So, Idealist was not a paleomancer originally. Ad break. I will answer after the ad break. Talk about, I gotta keep you suspensed. I gotta keep y'all waiting for the answer. That you have next year, just running a figure down the list to find one. Honestly, that's what I need to do, Scallion, if you can hear me right now. One, 5, 10 times 50. Times 50 for what? Watch, hold on, when George comes back, I'll be like, and that's your lore drop. Oh, for the squats. Ooh, that's not bad. It will replace my my Destiny workout. So a little bit of background of what that even means. When I played Destiny, the load times between different areas were so long that I decided, while doing like a bunch of strikes, which are essentially like 20-minute missions, and then I would just kind of turn my brain off, play them, grind some gear, and then do that for like 2 or 3 hours or so. And during the load times, I would do a whole round of workout where I would do push-ups, crunches, and squats between every level. So I was working out. I call them my Destiny workouts. They were pretty good. But it's not a bad idea. I might do squats. It would also keep the blood flowing on my legs, which is actually really beneficial. So I'll consider it. I'll consider it. So as I was saying before the ads rudely interrupted me, so Idealist was not originally a paleomancer. He wasn't even a necromancer. He was actually a crafter. He was a crafter in his off time. He grew up in the city that he grew up in. He made stuff, right? But it wasn't until he met a particular individual after the start of the war that led him onto the path of paleomancy. You can say it's your destiny to be stronger. Exactly, X-Star. I mean, yeah, Scallion, I get it. I also have like a shit ton of things I haven't watched that I need to watch. Like, I haven't even watched, like, a lot of things. The Last of Us series, a lot of different series I haven't watched. I've been meaning to watch as well. Paleomancy is where you raise dinosaurs, well, not necessarily dinosaurs, but extinct animals from the dead. It is a combination of terramancy, being able to control earth, and then necromancy, which is fundamentally it is the study of the relationship between the soul and the body and how that interacts. But essentially it's you raise something that was once alive but is not organic anymore. It's the rocks remember kind of feel to it. Maybe you got distracted, Scallion. So the way that Idealist powers kind of work is that if it was once alive, it is able to give life back into it, but it can't be organic, and it is in itself restrictive in that concept. But that restriction allows a better level of efficiency and power behind it. It kind of, I guess, to help put it in perspective, it's kind of like X or X Hunter X. Why can't I say that? Hunter X Hunter rules, in the sense of restrictions and conditions allow a more efficient way to utilize your strength. And Paleomancy is one of those restrictions. Hopefully that answers your question, George. I think I gave way too much in that one, but we're gonna roll with it. It's hard. Listen, it's hard not to talk about lore, okay? I love lore, and I love making lore for the Idealist, and so I want to talk about it, but I can't give it all away. I need to drip feed it. Oh my gosh. Should we, do we even care about this woke thing? Overall, this is stupid. That's the consensus. The consensus is that is stupid. So. No, George, that wasn't anything negative towards you in any way. It was very much, I was going into like how the magic works, and like I was going too far into it. It was nothing to do with you, George. You're good. I was going beyond just answer the question. I was also being like, well, this also this. But yeah, what else were we talking about? We got so sidetracked from, I think I was talking about RA stories. I'm trying to think of any other ones. Oh, I have a Deskgate story. yeah. Well, what can I say? OCs, you know. So when I was at Deskgate, again, it's kind of like the front desk where I make sure people scan their badges in and I help people there. I did that for a paycheck while RA paid for the room and board. So then, for the most part, I didn't have to take in student loans for a vast majority of my undergrad career. And then I went to grad school and then undid all that effort by getting like $70,000 in debt. Anyway, the Deskgate, it was moving out day, and there was a lot of people moving in and out, and parents going in, and sometimes there was pets. It was very hectic. In one of the RAs in that building, so I wasn't an RA in this building, but I was working in the front desk, and they came screaming out of the hallway, like out the building. She was freaking out, and we finally were able to like calm her down and explain what happened. So apparently there was a group of men in one of the men's room in her RA hallway, and they had an especially filthy room. There were pizza boxes. There were there was literal pool of liquid on the ground from a drippy ceiling. That's how bad this room was. And it's like, bro, what the hell? So she went in, looked at it, and this was move out day. You want to have your room good to go, or else you get fined. Like, it's similar to like renting, in that if you move out and it doesn't look good, they're gonna fucking bill you. And so they kind of came to her, she was like, we're ready. And then she looked and it was just like, bro, there's a pool of water on the floor, like, and there's still shit here. Like, what are you doing? Clean this up. And then, you know, they cleaned, went back to her saying, hey, we actually cleaned it now, so it should be good. And she went up there and it's still bad. And she's just like, oh. And then so she shut the door to check, to make sure that like everything behind the door was good. And a swarm of roaches spread everywhere from when that door moved. And she screamed all the way down from, I'm assuming, the 5th floor. I don't think she took the elevator. I think she ran all the way down from the 5th floor. This was an 11-story building. I don't remember what floor she was in, but she just ran the entire way. She went all the way down the stairs, all the way out the building. She was, and then they were just like, okay, so that those group of people are gonna get billed. It was disgusting. So remember how I said that men and women are dirty in different ways? That is gross, y'all. Oh man. Okay, we'll do a lighter story. It's not really lighter, but just kind of like, this guy was a badass. So we had a tornado warning one time, and there was an actual touchdown that people took pictures of. They saw the tornado from where our college was, and it was a really big one. So our 11-story building, we had to put everyone in the basement. That basement was not big enough. So, you know, people were just kind of sitting on the stairs to lead into it, etc. And so the sirens are going off, the wind's blowing, it's super windy, we're waiting for the tornado to go by, and this guy comes out from the basement and was heading towards outside. And we were like, hey, what are you doing? Because outside, our doors were like glass. It's like a glass wall, like glass doors, glass wall, etc. So you can see outside. But like, you don't want to be around that during a tornado. And we were just like, and he's like, oh, my pizza's here. And we're like, what? What do you mean your pizza's here? And we look outside. There was a guy in a Pizza Hut outfit with a pizza in hand, with wind and rain blowing around him out front of the building. I'm just like, you better have tipped the fuck out of this guy. Are you kidding me? Risked a tornado, being sucked up by a tornado for a Pizza Hut delivery? What are you, SpongeBob with Krabby Patty pizza? Like, Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. I know, for real, like actual real. How you doing, Lux? And oh my gosh, no, it's you seriously, you gotta admire it. It was so good. I'm trying to think of I'll try to avoid any more gross ones. There was one time where apparently wow, that's you're my chat, my hallway snuck around a cat without me knowing. That was fun. So there are two things in our like school that we had an issue with. There was ducks, baby ducks, because apparently a farmer sells baby ducks, and every single person, including myself, wanted one, but they're illegal to have in the buildings. And then the second one is a lot of stray cats. There are a lot of stray cats there. And what ended up happening was that we were going on rounds. It was like really early, so I wasn't anticipating much. And then it's mostly an allergy thing, and just also a cleanliness thing. Even though I consider kind of that bullshit, but whatever. But I had to enforce it. And one of my people in my hallway passed by us while we were on rounds, and the person that I was with, who was just saying like, "Give me 1 second," and then he went and followed up with the person who just walked by, and I didn't know what was happening. So then eventually I walked up to the end of the conversation. They left, and then the person I was with kind of like caught me up. And apparently, when they walked by, their backpack meowed. So the person I was with was just like, let me follow up on this real quick. And it turned out that they found one person in my hallway found a stray cat, like near the building. And every night they were passing it to a different room in my hallway. So I couldn't catch on. It was there for a week. And they were waiting to hear back from like a shelter in order to find exactly, George, exactly. And like it's they were waiting for a shelter, and they just got back that there's a spot for a shelter that they can bring it to. No. I mentioned the duck thing because ducks are adorable, and that's also something that we look out of. But no, it was, I mean, to be honest, if there's stray cats and stray ducks, I think you kind of know what happens. But yeah, no. So they were literally already leaving to drop the cat off to the shelter. So we just let it off. You know, it's kind of whatever, right? Because it's like, oh, you better take it out. It's like, well, that's what we were doing. So that one I felt kind of silly with, that I never caught that on. But I understand why they kept it hidden. But as far as overall, like me as an RA, I considered myself a very chill RA, where it was like, I would rather you tell me something that you're doing wrong and everyone ended up being safe than vice versa. Cause like that, a lot of people really get hurt because it's like, I don't want to tell somebody, and then someone dies from alcohol poisoning, or they get an infection that could have been treated, right? Oh, this is a good story. So this is not an RA story. This is Idealist being an idiot college student story. So there's this game that I played in college called Humans vs. Zombies. Does anyone know what I'm talking about for Humans vs. Zombies? Anyone at all? Because I'm still gonna explain it, don't worry. But anyone who does is just like, oh, okay. So Humans vs. Zombies is a game of tag where one group of people has a Nerf gun and the other group of people have to tag with your hands. And they span over multiple days. Like days. And every time that you leave a building, and every time that you go out to go to class, or, you know, go out and go partying or whatever, you can be tagged. And then if you're tagged by the zombies, then that means that like you become a zombie, and then the goal is to get to the very end. Yeah, exactly, infection. And then you want to get to the end of the 3-day, etc. At the final hurrah, and then you win, right? So yeah, constant vigilance. Some colleges go fucking hard, where we made the rule that if you're inside, then rules are off, because we don't want to get into people's ways. Like, because there are people who are not part of this who would find it annoying if we're just like running around inside, right? But some people like ambush others in the shower. That's the level of like crazy, like how vigilant you need to be, where you have a Nerf gun pointing at the bathroom door because they can come like barging in, right? But we didn't do any of that. So it was my first year playing it, and I thought it was, it was really fun. So I left the dining area, and I saw, so the people who are playing, they're like bandanas that you wear. So when you're human, it's on your arm, and when you're a zombie, it's around your forehead. And I saw a handful that were like stalking the dining hall looking for people, right? And I got caught. And so I went sprinting down running, and I managed to outrun them. I was a sprinter in high school, and I was running down the stone steps to like it was like the student lounge area, like in the middle of campus. And I was like, if I can get inside there, I'll be safe. And I was going down these stone steps, and I went the first couple really fast, and then the rest of them really fast, because I fell the rest of the way. And so imagine like a stone steps of like 15 steps, and it's just 1, 2, 3, air, 4. And that was me. So I managed to catch myself. I didn't hit my head, but I think my right foot clipped the bottom stairwell. And like they caught up to me, obviously. And one of them just like put his hand on my shoulder, and he was just like, "You're tagged." And his friends were just like, "Bro, he fell down a flight of stairs. Let him go." And he's like, "Fine." And so they went off their way. And I went into the student lounge area, just kind of like recovering, being like, "Whew, man, I'm glad I'm okay." Chat, this was the first time I've ever experienced adrenaline-based injuries before. It's crazy. It's crazy how fine you are with adrenaline pumping that high. I was not okay, because as soon as the adrenaline started going down, I was like, "Oh, I'm not feeling great." And then I put pressure on my right leg, nothing but stars. Like, it was almost instant pass out. And I was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna put anything on my leg. All right." And luckily, I caught one of my classmates. I had to go. There was a class for me to go to, a biology class. I think it was actually a lab. And I caught him. I was like, "Can you tell my teacher that I'm injured and I can't come to class?" And I met another group of friends, and they kind of like helped me and like let me lean on them a little bit, but I couldn't put any weight on it at all. So they called the like student. There's like a campus police, and the campus police came and picked me up, and then dropped me off to my like living area. You're injured. That's an interesting thing. I never heard of people laughing when they're injured. I unfortunately was not laughing, but I definitely had a certain level of overconfidence, which you will see, in which when I got to my room, what I did, I had like a water bottle. Do you guys know what the water bottles that I'm talking about, where they have like the giant like ice pack sticks in the middle of the bottle? So if you freeze the stick, you can put it in the water and it will keep your water cold. It might not be a thing nowadays, but like back then it was something that I really enjoyed. So I took that, and then I had like I'm one of those people who always has like an emergency like med kit on hand just in case. And so I took a wrap and that cold like stick from the water bottle and just wrapped it on my ankle. Show no expression. Yeah. That I think I'm one of those people who I just kind of walk it off, or I try to at least. No. I don't know how I would feel. I feel like you would. I don't think I would take that. I would assume that if you're laughing, you're okay. So it's at least your friends know, like, hey, if I'm laughing a lot, I might not be okay. But after, and that's what I did. I didn't call anyone. I wasn't planning on going to the hospital. Like, none of it. Dog biting your finger off. Oh no. Did you get it reattached, Puff Pow? Yeah, I bet, Scallion. Hopefully Hopefully you don't have your diaphragm spasming, that like you'll to kind of like double down on that, because that would really, really suck. But okay, well, good. I'm glad. I'm good. I'm glad that you. Okay, that's better. When I thought of a finger, I thought it was like down to like the knuckle, and then I was just like, did you get it back? Did you put it on ice? Which I don't think you're supposed to do. I think you're supposed to keep it cold, but ice will cause like frostbite and nerve damage. They were supposed to remove any fingernail, but it just somehow grew back. I mean, well, that's good at least. Well, I'm glad it kind of recovered. But what ended up happening is that after a few hours of like, because I knew what I needed to do. I needed to add compression. I needed to keep my foot elevated, and I needed to keep it cold to keep the swelling down. Like I already kind of knew. And then, so my mentality, my overconfidence to a certain degree, where I was like, why would I go to a doctor? He's just going to tell me to do what I'm doing right now, which is compress, cold, elevation. So why would I want to spend unnecessary money when I'm not insured to have a doctor tell me exactly what I'm doing? So I think my mom's senses were tingling, because she called me randomly at that time. It was just like, hey, how are things? And I'm like, I hurt my leg. I fell down some stairs and I hurt my leg, but I'm fine. So she was just like, okay, all right. No, it was, I mean, it wasn't fine, but it was stupid of me. Don't get me wrong. I still think that I was technically correct, but I should have still gone to the fucking doctor for at least an x-ray and to see the extent of the damage of it, right? And then after I hung up with my mom, like not an hour later, my RA, because I was a freshman at the time, came in and was just like, hey, just checking up on you. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fine. Yeah, sorry, I was just stupid. I fell down some stairs, but you know, I'm treating it as I should. And he said, well, one of the main reasons why I'm following up with you is because your mom called the building. So my mom called like the building, the head, because there's an RA for the hall, and then there's like a guy who's in charge of the entire building. So my mom called him. It was just like, why the fuck did my kid get hurt and y'all didn't do anything? And I'm like, I didn't tell anyone. That's why they didn't do anything, because I didn't bother telling people. And the next day, I hopped over to the kind of like the nurse for the school, and I got some crutches. So I was on crutches for about a couple weeks. It took me about like 2 weeks to walk on it comfortably, and then another 2 weeks to do anything more than a walk without limping or so. And then after I was able to walk on it and everything was fine, that's when the bruising came in. And the bruising, I was just like, oh, this was a lot of damage. From my toes all the way up the front side of my leg up to my knee was purple. That's how bad the bruising was for this happened. I don't think I broke anything, but I definitely severely damaged my leg. And I want to say probably a good couple years after that, like there'll be a little bit of like a bit of a snap when I jump on it. It'll be a little sharp pain, but other than that, it's fine. And nowadays it's absolutely fine. Yeah. So, the moral of the story is, even if you don't think you should have it checked out, have it checked out. I am still very arrogant to this day to think like I would have been fine. They would have told me something different, which is probably true. They probably wouldn't have told me anything different, but at the very least, then I would have known if it was a sprain, a break, or something. At the very least, I could have gotten crutches. So, oh man. But like, I didn't have my car. I didn't have like anyone who lived nearby. Like the closest person who lived near me was like a couple hours. So it would have been a whole thing. But I definitely should have gotten that checked out. And the more the epilogue to this was that I then became one of the 3 people that became in charge of Humans versus Zombies for the rest of my college career for 3 years. For 3 years, I was in charge of the people who planned Human versus Zombie stuff. It was fun planning that kind of stuff, making missions for people, finding ways to ambush the humans and shit. Ah, oh, good shit. I mean, the cracking didn't happen until like after everything was healed. But, you know, I was fine. I was fine. Yeah, but yeah, college was great. Oh yeah, no, I definitely should have gone. And anyone who was in a similar situation, you should go to the doctor. Don't be like me. Learn from my mistakes. Ad break. Motherfucking ad break. Okay. Yeah, we're waiting for the ads to do it. Yeah, so a little bit of some background for moi, for you know, my life, a little bit in the background. Oh yeah. Let me see this. Let me see what this creature. Oh my god. Is this Spore? This is Spore, isn't it? I recognize that. No, maybe it's not Spore. Interesting. No, this guy recreated Spore, but it's in Unity. Oh, got you. Gotcha. Okay, well that makes sense. Oh boy. All right. Well, let's figure out what we're doing. Let's see. It's gonna be this week, the 30th, etc. Yeah. Somehow I made its feet go in the ground. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Bro, Spore. I was so excited for Spore. I loved Spore. But it was not what I anticipated it being. Yeah, October soon. You know what that means. Hey, Rar, how you doing? I'm so excited. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to play... I still need to look at all the suggestions for horror games. They're in the feedback section, by the way. In the Discord, there's a list of horror games if anyone wants to add more to the list. I am planning on, in celebration of Halloween, but not on Halloween, because I will be out of town, to do a 24-hour stream where we just kind of like do a bunch of different scary games. So if you have any suggestions, throw it up on there. And I'm doing good, Rar. Thank you for asking. This is a nice, good, chill stream where I talk about my I've been talking about more of my college experiences more than anything else at the moment. Oh, it's 57. I'm so jealous, Scallion. I love cold weather. Not super cold, but like the 50 to 70 range. I thrive in that little section there. But what we did last week, to kind of help put in perspective, I've been keeping up with or I added a new section to the Discord called for updates, where anything that I update on the Streamwise is kind of like a version update for any game that you get. So I'm kind of going on that feel. And so I've added that recently. Still gonna wear shorts and sandals though, because it helps me wake up. I mean, fair. Yeah, go for it. So right now, and it's kind of crazy. Well, hopefully crazy in a good way, Rar. Do you all hear it? Was it there? Yeah, the command's on cooldown. I'm not gonna let you spam it. You think? When someone does the exclamation mark tween, a vine boom happens. Damn it! I should have done the global cooldown. Sorry, Puff Pal. I tried to make sure it was quiet so it wouldn't scare the crap out of y'all. But it was that was one of X Stars. I believe that suggested that. Wait, is this up? What are you doing up? Get down over here. Not deaf this time. No. I might make that global cooldown. No. It's a 900-second cooldown. So 5 minutes? Exclamation mark. No, wait, no. Star power is is not a command. It's a channel point redeem. All right, fine. Why doesn't it say tween with it? Do you want it to say tween with it? I assumed it was just you wanted exclamation mark tween and then the vine boom. Okay, fine. I'll add the text tween to it. Okay. Okay, well, I'll keep it then. If y'all are having a good time with it, if more people are having a good time with it than not having a good, well, I shouldn't say that. As long as no one's having a bad time with it, then I'll keep it as the way it is. I was here to just say hi. I'm going to host D&D. Oh, awesome. All right. Have a good time. Hope you have a good session. A voice clip of me saying tween. Well, that's another thing that I'm considering. So one of the things that I'm going to do this upcoming week is plan of adding sound alert to the game or to the stream. So this is what I have in mind. I want to make it so that whenever y'all take a clip from stream, it auto posts on the Discord, and then from there, if y'all clip like funny sound bites, I'll turn them into sound alerts, because I think that would be pretty fun to catch some of the sus shit that I say sometimes. And then make those into sound alerts for things. So voice clip of me saying tween, I think would be one of those as well. I have played D&D, George. I played a couple games, and I have considered DMing one as well, where it's a horror D&D session, but I haven't been able to work too much on that lately. But yeah, I love D&D. Like Dimension 20. I never got into Critical Role all that much. Dungeons and Daddies, I'm huge on. Like, it's fun. Because I ever gotten IRL D&D and Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's Baldur's Gate 3 is a lot of fun, and I think they introduce a lot of different things that people are just like, let's put that in our own D&D sessions. All right, Scallion, get those blood flowing. Yes, exercise. So last week we kind of like updated a lot of stuff as far as some requests that y'all made for the stream, channel points. Was channel points last week? I do exercise. I work out with my brother. My brother is a I want to say personal trainer, but I feel like that's not. Strength and conditioning. I know he got strength and conditioning. In other words, he works at a gym. I have a little brother. Yes. And he is strong as an ox. Then do it now. I can't carry you with me. I don't got that kind of setup where we could just go. We already talked about me adding a squat redeem for y'all. Keep me fit. But if I do exercise, I want y'all to do it too. I want it to be a group thing. I don't want it just me. Just like you want me to be healthy, I want y'all to be healthy. But anyway, he does exercise stuff. I work out with him every Thursday, which is why Thursdays are I'm always like, or almost dead. Because I have to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. But with that, I've been also going to the YMCA to work out. And actually, if you guys, it's been a hot minute since we've done this. Originally with Sundays, I've been going over my progress to kind of keep me like on it, but I've fallen off. And also I haven't been going over on Sundays. So actually, let us go to the last let's do it. Let's go over it. And then y'all get to see what I do exercise wise. And then y'all can also do your own tracker if you want to do it that way. Shorts daily, maybe? Yeah. All right. It's going to be a bit bright, but I'll fix that. Actually, you know what? Let's fix it first. You should get a mobile streaming setup. I've considered it. I most of the stuff that I do though doesn't really need it, so we're gonna have to do more outside stuff to be worthwhile, you know? Let's see. I have to do this weird backwards thing where I have to insert a black background. And then now, boop. And boop. And here we are. Here's the exercise that I do. Yay! And we are going to update. You should have a jogging stream. As I'm guessing just you mean IRL at that point, yeah? Okay, let's see here. Let's see how far behind I am with this. So, for legs, the last one was 316. Oh my gosh, I must have skipped like a good couple weeks. Holy shit. Because that one, I only have one more from this. Ooh, I've missed a lot of weeks. All right. So, my current thing for leg press is at 310 pounds, 24 reps. Then calves, same, but with 31. Seated leg curl, about 150 at 10. Then leg extension is 269 at 260. We probably should cut back a little bit on that. 230 at 17 and 210 at 11. Okay. Now, hold on. Let's just hide like these. Whoop. Hey, Sharsha, it's your birthday? Happy birthday. Doing anything fun? I remember you telling me about your birthday before where it was coming up. For push, we want apparently, and I have an NA. Oh, looks like this got moved on. So this got NA'd. Lots of Lego Marvel. Oh, awesome. So you're gonna be building them. Are you gonna be building them now then? Are you gonna go on Discord and start sharing what the Lego sis are? I'm just saying. I would like to see them. I'm just saying. 180. Okay, so it was 189 and then NA. Already built them all? Hell yeah. Well, good, good. Did you go anywhere for like food or anything like that? Overhead press. We're slowly but surely growing. I have a big book of soup. Oh yeah, for is that what you're showing in recipes, if I remember correctly? And then 1110, 10, and then 1110, 12. Then flight out. Looks like we got stuck at 190. Then 7. We're stuck at 190 and 7. Finding my friends over the holidays since they won't have to deal with high school. Understandable. Any plans what you're gonna do with them? For row, the last one was looks like 180 over 13. Pull down 180 over 12. 100 over 4, and then 160 12. Hell yeah. Sounds like you're gonna have a lot of fun. And there. So that's my updated for workout. I don't know if y'all have your own little workout thing that you want to keep track of, but this is to keep it so that if I don't get this done, y'all get mad at me. Keeps me focused. Nothing like being judged by others that will truly motivate. Or maybe I gift subs or some nonsense. I also had a McDonald's for dinner today. Ooh. All right, what'd you get? What's your go-to McDonald's meal? You refuse to participate in physical actually? Why? Why do you refuse? Because you have asthma? Yeah. That'll do it. Even light exercise will cause it? Is it like exercise induced? Chicken nuggets, fries, and a McFlurry. Yes, the king's meal. Honestly, I haven't had McDonald's nuggets in forever. Partly because of the tism. Does it make it difficult for coordination? Is it a coordination thing? Excuse me. Just genuinely curious. But yeah. No, I mean, it's absolutely fine. It's just, it gives you an excuse. If I'm already going over it, then why not, right? It's more of an overwhelmed thing. Gotcha. I know for me, it's really difficult to go to a gym when there's a lot of people. Because even though I know it makes no sense, I feel like I'm the one getting, like, I have a lot of focus on me. But I still haven't really gotten over it. I go when there's like almost no one there, and that's when I go. It's really hard to participate because of all the noise and people. Yeah. Like there has to be like very few people, or like if it's more than like 4, then that's a problem. As much as I already have to go to bed, another long boring week of school tomorrow. Yes, welcome. You are always welcome here, Shorsha. You have a good night as well. You get a lot of focus. You are a bird. That's true. It's true. Just lets me set and draw and manage the scoreboard. Well, that's nice. I'm glad that there's accommodations. I'm glad that there's accommodations for you. I think I just made a naked video. Oh no. In that case, don't show that one. Don't show that one. But yeah, as far as this next week, we haven't finished Bug Snacks yet, so we're gonna play more Bug Snacks for Monday and Thursday, and then more game dev. Okay. Don't worry, there's no penis. Still. Still. It's kind of one of those things where it's just like, it's on that line where it's just like, no, I'd rather you not. Maybe it's because it's humanoid. I don't know. It has a different flavor to it. Yeah. Puff's just like, well, there are other sex organs. But I'm doing sound alerts for the stream. Continue working on stream update. I need to come up with a good name for the big stream update for y'all. But I can't come up with a good one. I certainly don't want to do like stream update version 1.0. It sounds, no. Can't add the bottom pants. I can only add the pants left. Gotta get its Puff. No. Star Power adds a visual like effect, like a VFX to the stream. Current cooldown is 30 minutes because it's a, visual effect, and it's random. It's currently between a pretend blue screen of death, and then like makes everything super crunch, and those are the big two. It's based on X-Star's command request that he submitted a while back. But yeah, I thought it gave descriptions when you went over it before you confirmed it. Maybe I didn't update it, and I apologize if that's the case. What else will we plan on doing? Just pretty much the stream update, and then adding sound alerts to stream. Actually, it's this way. Yeah. Because Mondays and Thursdays are editing days. And then Wednesdays or Saturdays are supposed to be days that I work on all the other stuff. It does, I just prefer to ask. No. Completely understandable. I tried to make some pans out of some accessories, and that looks like a diaper. Why do you make these things? Why are you like this? And then we're working on these. All right. So we're going to continue working on the stream updates. We're going to be playing more Bug Snacks and more game dev. That's pretty much what our plans are for next week, for the most part. Because most of the stuff in the update is something that I want to wait and let y'all see it when it's all done. There's going to be less kind of like work in progress stuff I can post because I don't want to spoil anything. But I do plan on having the work in progress, like time lapse videos, still be on like Coffee for people who want to be a part of that. What dress up game are you even playing? Oh yeah, for X-Star. I mean, from the sounds of using pans out of some accessories, it makes it sound like he's doing it in real life. Sounds like a real life thing, right? Oh man. Oh boy. But yeah, I think that's it as far as any kind of like planning stuff. And I don't think there's anything. Hopefully y'all saw my update as far as the change for adding commands are now changed to add something new to the stream. So that way it's less like I asked for a command and instead I got like a bit thing, right? So I just wanted to planning is bog. It is. And especially with y'all, I mean, this stuff is in the end for y'all. So y'all's input is what's going to change this. What you want, what you don't like, what you're liking. Sunday especially is the day that if y'all have any kind of like feedback or anything that you want kind of adjusted or changed, this is the time where you can say so now, and we can go about doing it. Play. We haven't even finished playing Bug Snacks yet. What do you mean? Y'all, looks like it seems we'll have to meet the next sub goal relatively quickly then. I remember you talking about Darksiders. You must really love the game series, because they made like what, 3 of them? 2 of them? Something like that. It seemed like a fun game. Just thinking about it, then we can pick the next game. Well, as far as the next game to play, well, maybe. I mean, I was anticipating the next game y'all play was always going to be the sub goal stuff. I guess it would also have to depend if any games came out relatively recently that I want to jump on while they're still, fresh. I just love Darksiders. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. But I don't know of any good. I did see people start play the what's the new Poppy Playtime, but not Poppy Playtime, Indigo Park update. I saw people playing that. I know X-Star, you mentioned that. But I don't know. I still kind of want to hold off until the next chapter and then replay the whole thing. That would be kind of fun. What else? What other good games are out currently? Yeah. Let's see. If we go to my wish list. Okay. I can't wait to eventually play Far Cry 5. Yeah. Y'all. I thought that it would be getting more votes. GTA 5. I'm not playing GTA 5. Let's see. We got One Shot. We got Crime Scene Cleaner. We got Turn Up Boy. I also have a handful of Sons of the Forest would be fun. Crypt Master. That'd be pretty fun. Rotwood? Is that one of the one y'all recommended? I have my eye on Poily Island too. Oh, you know what? Something I need to add to the list. And that is I'm surprised that's not in here. Modded Inscription. I talked about that early on when streaming. Modded Inscription was one that I was tempted to play because I love Inscription, but I never played it modded. So I think that would be really fun. But the votes were already in favor of Bugsnax, so Inscription is oh man, it's really hard to describe. For the most part, it's kind of like a strategy card deck building game, but it's very horror-esque, and then it like has stages where you beat once you beat that stage, it almost becomes a completely different game. and it just kind of continues to play off itself in an interesting way. It's a really fun and innovative game, where it's like, it seemed like it's one type of game, and then you beat it and you're like, oh, now it's something else completely different, and then it does it again and again and again. Let's see here. It has a very iconic kind of look, so if I show you, you might recognize it. So if I were to show you something like this, do you recognize it now? Sims 4. Okay, is that the only game we're gonna play forever? Because Sims Sims is one of those games that you play forever. It took me a long time to get to beat Inscription 2. Yeah, this game. Very, very fun game. I love that game. So that's on the list, definitely. Home Safety Hotline, that got a recent update, I think, for a DLC. I have an eye on Zoocosis. Y'all talked about SCP Descent. And then I had a whole bunch of like horror dinosaur games that are also on this list. Let's see, how many hours do I have in a description? Let's see here. Let's look. Inscription, where are you? There you are. I have 50 hours. I have 50 hours in Inscription. I could have special sim streams. That is true. Yeah, it's fun. I only got like 50% of the achievements though too. Well, damn. We'll wait till the ads are done playing, and then we can decide what we're going to be doing for the rest of the stream. Because there's a couple things that we can do. We can work on... I know there's a costume that we need to make for Mama Dodo, so we can have an art stream. We could play more Cult of the Lamb. We still haven't finished that yet. We could do a handful of stuff. Yeah? You only got 2 ads? Hell yeah. You're done with a minion? Oh boy. How bad is it? Let me see. I see the dodo. That's really funny. We haven't played Cult of the Lamb in a while. That is true. Do you guys want to do some Cult? We want to check back on the Cult to make sure y'all didn't eat each other or everything's alive. We can do that. We can do some art because we can catch up on some stuff. We can do Cult of the Lamb. We can do, what do y'all feeling? What are y'all vibing? What are y'all thinking? Done, you sent it. Gosh, let's see this. Let's see this monstrosity. Oh, wow. You really did make a minion. Well, shit. Twitch froze. Oh no. Come back, George. You think the ads broke? Well, how dare you? That's my sole income. I'm just kidding. Yeah, maybe refresh. Maybe that would have fixed it. You haven't gotten any ads, Puff Pow? Do you have like ad block or something? That's odd, because you're not subbed or anything. Weird. That's fine though. I can only see chat. No. Refresh. See what happens. Refresh the stream. Maybe they'll fix it. I mean, if the ad gods do not bestow upon you their gift and or curses, then I guess they didn't. For whatever reason. But what y'all feeling? What y'all thinking? We can do a game, we can do art, we can do whatever you guys wanna do. Yeah, I can see it. Can you not see me? Can you not hear me? Because only seeing it and not hearing me are two whole different things. Something tells me George might not hear me. Art and Cole and Lamb? Well, maybe if we were gonna do art, I would probably work on. I'm trying to think what I need to work on at the moment. There's a handful of stuff that I definitely do need to work on, but I can't work on it on stream because it's spoil territory. But we could do the one-shot outfit that was redeemed. We could make a new outfit for Mama Dodo. We can do that. We can make another outfit for her. If that pulls any interest in that. Let's see. The rest of this stuff is just boring that you guys probably wouldn't want to watch. Did y'all hear about the new Epic Store thing that was announced relatively recently? For the free 3D assets that they have, it won't be free for long. So there's like a kind of like a program that's floating around that allows you to autofill your shop with all the free assets that are available in Epic Store, and then buy that for free while it's still free. I have no idea what happened, but I'm leaving the stream fixed it. Okay, well, I'm glad. I'm glad that fixed it for you. If that's the case, if there isn't really one pull one way or another, let's do some Cult of the Lamb. Let's do some Cult. Let's do some Cult shenanigans. Let's try to beat the game, yeah? And then we could be done with Cult of the Lamb once and for all. Or until they come up with a, new thing. Let's see here. In that case, let's do project you. Need to get my controller ready. Gotta get my controller ready. Talk about war a lot, but never say what it is. Why? Because, for the most part, at least in the lore space, in the people involved in the war know exactly which one that they're talking about. To add specificity to it, well, you're not asking what war it is. It's more or less why you don't go into it. I think it's simply like, imagine instead of World War II, like what if we didn't have a World War II, right? And it was just World War I. And there's no other wars. There have never been any wars. You would just say the war. You wouldn't specify. Because there's really no other comparison, right? So it is just a matter of fact that the common knowledge of what war that is being referenced is so obvious that it doesn't need clarification, right? For y'all, that's not the case because you have no idea what I'm talking about. But at least for the Wasn't there one? What happened? Oh no, it was a. I was using the example. If I, the question being, why won't I specify more of like what kind of war it was because, or like which war it was, is because this particular war was so predominant in everyone's minds that it's like, what other war would even come close to it, right? Where it's like, if you had, like, imagine you have like a bunch of ants. You have ants of different colonies, and then they fight and they have different wars for different reasons with different colonies, and then there's a third colony, and then they have war with that, right? And then a guy with a hose sprays water and destroys all of the ant hills at the same time. Do you think the ants are just like, man, that war was crazy? Do you think they need to specify which war that was? Is it the one where the anthill got a third one that are attacking? No, it's when the giant with the hose decided to destroy half everything they built, right? And it's that kind of mindset. So it's like, what else would we be referring to if not when we were invaded by these things, right? Where everything was changed because of this war. So why else would I need to specify it, right? So to I guess answer your question in a satisfying way. Oh, no problem. It's this war was so devastating and so destructive that it is incomprehensible to compare that with any other kind of conflict that has ever happened before that. That's how devastating it was. And for the idealist, a very personal one. Hopefully that kind of cleared things up a little bit. I certainly am not doing it to keep y'all frustrated. All right. Let's do... Where are you, Colt of the Lamb? Ooh, okay. This might get... I did something relatively recently, so this might get a little weird, but we will bear with me here. I made gameplay its own different scene, so... Okay, don't worry, I'm still here. And then we're going to do Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb.